Hey, everybody. Welcome to Metal Movies and Brewskis Live. I'm your host, Matt Burke. And tonight we're going to have a lot of fun stuff to talk about, monsters, movies, comic books, all that fun stuff. A lot of crazy stuff going on this week. Yeah, man. The internet's blowing up with the Crow, and we're definitely going to go over that, with that being a big influence on a lot of us indie comic book creators. So we're definitely going to jump into that tonight. Been a crazy week. Been working on some pages and knocking out some covers, and yeah, I can't wait to see what next week holds. We got Butch Cleaver 2 coming out. The relaunch of the Second Chance campaign for 1 and 2. I'm excited for that. Been working on some sketch cards for that too. That's going to go out to the backers. So it's very exciting. But yeah, without further ado, I'd like to get into That's right. The Savage Sword of Conan is back. From my understanding, it's going to be a bi-monthly comic, and it is magazine size. I think the first one that came out, which is this one right here, has the cover by Joe Jusko. I mean, one of the best, perfect for Conan. And I think he was on I think Instagram showing it off, and I think that it was actually like a metal cover, or foil or whatnot. It looked really cool though. And sure enough, man, I went and I added it to my poll list, and we're going to get into a little bit of the breakdown of the short stories that are in there. So one of them, my buddy Brian, I don't know if he knows about it yet, but he's probably found out about it. But speak of the devil, what's up, Brian? How you doing, man?
Shout up here. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, just
looking at Sword. Is this new or is this old?
This is the new shit, dude. It just started. And it started on Wednesday. I went to my LCS, and he's like, "Yeah, I only ordered what people got." I was like, "Ooh, damn." He's like, "Yeah, they're magazine size. I don't know, if they're gonna do that well." I'm like, "Oh well, it's Savage Sword of Conan." Like around here, a lot of people like in the space, people are always talking about it. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of stands, right? And this whole like opposite movement. That's why Conan's growing again, because he's anti woke kind of. You know what I mean? the best way to put it. Yeah,
the antithesis of everything that like the modern male is supposed to be about, right? He's the Uber Chad, the Giga Chad, the biggest symbol of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, dude, the total stud, the Chad, the Uber Chad, and right here it's
every man wishes he was.
Exactly, dude. The power fantasy. So featuring an epic new Conan take from John McCurdy and Max von Fafnir. Fafnir's cool. The rousing return of Solomon Kane, Brian, written and drawn by Patrick Zurcher, an electric prose story from Jim Zub, spectacular art pinups, and more. The Savage Sword of Conan #1 heralds a new era of adventure-fueled or adrenaline-fueled adventure. The first story in here is Conan the General, which is warrior, thief, now general, promised riches beyond imagining. Conan, head of an exiled Hycurian princess's army. But when ancient monsters are unleashed and the princess recklessness imperils all, Conan will be forced to choose abandoned wealth for safety or face danger head on to prevent innocent blood from drenching the desert sands.
And guess which one he's going to choose?
Which
one he's going to choose? Because that's the thing about Conan too, is that he is the epitome of chaotic good. He always does the right thing.
Always, man.
Always.
And then let's see, we got in the chat right here. Hale, what's up? How you doing, Jason, man? He's got his book out right now. One Stormy Night. That one's gonna be it's like about $15. You can't beat it.
Oh man, that's great.
It's a full-on art badass story, One Stormy Night. You guys gotta check it out. If you can, Jason dropped a link in there so people can come and get it.
Yeah, man.
Brian, Solomon Kane, Master of the Hunt. All Hallows Eve, a night when the veil between the unseen worlds is thin and something sinister has broken through when an abomination from the blackest hells emerged to brutalize a small Welsh town. Solomon Kane is called to deliver God's judgment in the only manner he knows, salvation by the sword. So are you pumped for this, or?
Fuck yeah.
I am.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know about like John Acurity. I think he did some of the stuff for like BPRD or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know. I can't
recognize
remember.
a lot of those names, which are good ones. Jim Zub being one.
Yeah.
And clearly the intent is old school, right?
Totally. Magazine
They're
size.
not going to get new fans. They're not going to get new fans, but they're going to get the old fans coming back. And also just from listening to us like OGs talking about it all the time, always Savage Sword of Conan this, Savage Sword of Conan that. It's going to make the younger people also, well, let me see what this is about.
Yeah, what's all the rage? And I went in there and I hadn't picked up the new Zub and De La Torre Conan, the one I'm always talking about. I haven't even started collecting it, so I had to go and I'm like, hey dude, can you put these on my pull list? And I get them at a discount. I get them all for $3. So he just I bought what they had in the store, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hold on to these, and then I'm just gonna get up to date. This is every other month, so this is like $5 every other month. So it's like $250 a month for the Savage Sword, something like that. $250, $3 if you were to break it down by monthly payment, and then Conan's $4 a month, which is nothing, So I'm like, put those on my pull, dude. Like, I want them both. So this one is, I don't know. I can't wait, and it just looks cool, man. The cover, like I was saying, Joe Jusko, I follow him on Instagram. He was showing it. It was looked like it was metal or something like that. It was printed really nice. So I don't know, man. I'm really pumped up for this. It looks cool, and then
that's the other thing too. Is there any character that's more metal than Conan?
No, God, no. I'm gonna be trying to do reviews too. Like I'm gonna go back and review the first issue. I'm gonna review all Conan now. That's gonna be like a big thing on my channel. It's gonna be all these books while they're still around, dude. I don't know, because if you open the book, I'm like, oh my god, and they're re-releasing all the old Conans from Marvel in the omnibuses. So I'm definitely gonna talk about that on the show too when I can. They're doing everything that you would like. They should do this. They're doing it. They should do that. They're doing it when it comes to Conan. So
nice.
Hopefully Solomon Kane is pretty cool. I don't know. I've been hearing mixed things from Razor about it. He wasn't too happy with Zurcher, I don't think, on it. But we'll see. It might be cool, I can't wait to check it out.
Story, right? Like I thought, like both of the stories there are taken from like Robert E. Howard's stories. So should be good, man. Should be good. And clearly, like everything from what I've seen and everything that I've read here, their hearts are in the right places.
Yeah,
in the right place, I should say.
Exactly. And I saw an interview with Jim Zub like a year ago, and like just everything because he had written Conan prior, and it was basically kind of like he was excited, like because he got to, in a matter of words, kind of go full full force. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Have some continuity too. Yeah, and like even in the first book, like you could see on the map, they're putting the map in there where the story's taking place. And they're jumping around too, he said, because that's what kind of Conan did a little bit, I think, from my understanding. I'd like to go back and watch the interview again, but that's what they're doing. The
Conan stories, here's the thing. The Conan stories, like when Kurt Busiek started that project with, I'm trying to remember the name of the illustrator painter, because he's fucking phenomenal, right?
Caicedo?
He was like, we're going to tell the story of Conan like in order, right?
Yeah.
Like in a linear fashion.
Right.
But Robert E. Howard said that Conan was inspired by these like old sailors that he would like run into, and like the bars and saloons in Texas. Yeah. And they would drop these stories, and it was never in a linear fashion. So in the beginning of one story, Conan's king. In the beginning of another story, he's like crucified in the desert, right? It just always, you never know where in his life you're just going to suddenly be dropped.
It keeps it interesting too, right? It keeps it dramatic and interesting. It always keeps it electric. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can put it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I can't wait, man. I don't know. Do you have an LCS in your new town that you moved to, or nothing over there?
Nah.
Well, you could get them off the website right here from Titan. It's a little weird, their website, but I mean they got Amazon. It's all over. But I want to have some new Conan that I want to have some new shit. You know, he's a cool character that you can keep creating for. You know, and Solomon Kane, I want some Solomon Kane too. You know,
can never have too much Solomon Kane.
Oh, for sure, man.
And we're getting to the end of this woke shit, right? We're getting towards the end, and definitely. I think these cats realize it, and they're like, you know what? Now is the time.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like I said, it's just like when I heard that there was going to be a Conan and a Solomon Kane Netflix series, I was like,
yeah, no, never that, right?
Wait a couple of years. I'm not saying I don't want that shit. I just don't want that shit now.
Oh, definitely not now.
Right? No. Like once the shit's over, then we can get back to the fucking daily shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I hope they do good by Solomon Kane. You know what I mean?
Oh, they will. Because you can tell. It's just like even. I mean, look, the story that they're doing, I've already seen done in comics like 3 times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're going to give it like a fresh take, and clearly their hearts are in the right places. That's what I'm saying. It's just like these are the people that you want doing this. People that are responsible custodians of folklore, right? Where they're just 100%. Like, you know what? It's like, especially after the Jason Aaron Marvel abortion, it's like
horrible.
Bringing this shit back, and also that Savage Sword. Mm-hmm. That is a mission statement because when you were a kid, you had 2 Conans. You had the Conan that was on the regular spinner racks, right? And 100%. That was PG Conan. And then you got Savage Sword, where the magazines were, and that shit was R-rated Conan.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I want to get all the old ones. They're re-releasing them all. Like Titan's going to print them all. So I want to get them all. There's like already like 3 omnibuses on their website that are coming soon, you know, because I picked up I picked up the previews mag from Diamond because I get it for free because I don't ever go in there, but when I go in there, I'm gonna grab one. It's free, you know. And I was just like, damn, they're lining that shit up, dude, you know. And then I saw like Savage Sword wasn't promoted; they're just promoting the omnibuses for 1 month. I'm like, what? They better be like bringing in the new stuff. I want the old stuff, but I also want my monthly, you know, new like omnibus or basically, it's like a Conan anthology mag, you know, and that's what I want. I want these little pulp stories, you know, that are quick, you know, hit them and quit them.
One of the things that they used to do in Savage Sword was sometimes they drop you into like another character that maybe you were familiar with, right?
Like Cole or something.
It's just like you read a Conan story, and then there's Bran MacMorn, right?
Yeah,
and there's Solomon Kane, and then there's a Black Turlock story.
Yep. And what was your other? And what was the lady's name too? With the, I forgot her name, like the Buccaneer chick. And then
and
shit. There's Valeria too. That's another one. And Red Sonja.
Valeria's a character in Red Nails.
Yeah.
That Conan is like very hot.
The first one. That's the first one, right?
Well, his Conan's great love is Bellet, the pirate queen, and that story is covered in Queen of the Black Coast.
I remember that one. And Red Nails is the first story ever, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the first.
Could be wrong.
I always thought it was.
Yeah, Red Nails is the story where like he's in the jungle with Valeria, and you know he's just like ready for her. She's just like, you're not my type, and he's just like the whole time he's just like throughout the story he's just sweating her. He's just like, yeah, well, you know, if you want a little vitamin C. You know, you know who to see, and you know, but like not being like aggressive. He's not grabbing her. He's just like, you're missing out.
Well, speaking of Red Nails on the chalkboard, bro.
Oh no!
What do you think about the Crowker, dude? I mean, I don't know, man.
That's what I think.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was just like, man, you know, like. Yeah, you know, why are you doing, you know, like white trash SoundCloud rapper? Why are you going with the mullet, like that mullet, you know? And I know in the books he kind of has like a rock star type mullet in some of the pages because he has like little slight hairstyle changes throughout the book. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like Brandon Lee's hair, you know?
Yeah, physically, his body was based on the body of Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop, yeah,
right,
yeah, 100%.
And there are poses
that Iggy was doing.
Yeah, that Iggy was doing. On the album covers in the comic. That's
I referenced Iggy too.
Pop was in the second Crow movie too.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, man. And I guess I don't know, man. Like I'll check it out. I will go see it. I know that the girl that played Sarah in the first movie, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think she's kind of boycotting the movie. I think she was on TMZ talking about it. I mean, this shit's blowing up. It's all over. And for me, I don't really cover big popular topics, but this is my shit. This is my jam. You know what I mean? So
mine too, man. Mine too.
I'm definitely gonna talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of funny takes on
shit.
this.
Yeah,
Machine Gun Leto
is
right now
a good
the
one.
contender. I think that's the one. But yeah, it's just heinous. It's just like you're looking at this, and it drives me crazy too because Bill Skarsgård is a really, really fine actor.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Like when I heard he was cast,
perfect.
I was like,
"Oh, perfect,
excellent.
Right?"
And then you look at this shit, and it's just like, first of all, The Crow is supposed to have a goth vibe. I don't know what the fuck this is.
And he's supposed to be a musician too, so he's definitely probably going to be a rapper. I think he's probably going to be like, and Alex Proyas, the original director, had something to say about it too. He's throwing some shade. See, look at that. That's definitely rapper mode right there. The Crow director, Alex Proyas, is not impressed with the first look photos from Lionsgate's upcoming remake. Set at theaters and, blah, blah, blah. So this is what he said. Eric Draven's having a bad hair day. Next reboot. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
First,
without a doubt, man.
Images.
This is a hard pass for me, man. It's a hard pass. It says right there, which includes many comparisons to Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad. Why? I don't understand why they didn't just get Jared Leto.
And that, they're also saying that they took inspiration. Right? Yeah, they took inspiration from stuff like that, and he was saying that Proyas also encouraged people to go see it the new movie if they want to, making it clear that he's not advocating a boycott, as they recently suggested by one of the stars of the original movie. So it's probably Sarah, because her thing's popping up. But he also said, for all those raging at me because I made a joke about a haircut, why do you think why do you care what I think? You know what I mean? If you ever want to enjoy a movie, it can be ruined so easily by one person. You don't even know it's a kind of a joke. It's sad. I don't want to take anyone's joy away.
Here's the thing.
So I don't know.
Here's the thing. The Crow has always had a really, really hard. Thank you, would have been perfect.
Yep.
But the fan base for The Crow has always been very, very strong, very, very loyal. Like the people
what up, Chris?
Into it. What up, Chris? And
what up, $1?
And so you're going to expect a strong reaction. The thing is, when David Goyer, who wrote the screenplay for The Crow 2, City of Angels, he had seen the movie and he loved it. But before he wrote the screenplay, he went and he talked to the fans online. And he was just just to find out, just to do what a writer should do and be like, what do you love about this? What do you really not want to see? And he said,
Iggy Pop. Okay.
The one thing he always got was, it can't be Eric Draven. It can't be Eric Draven. It can't be Eric Draven.
Well, that's what I like about the second one too, is that it's a sequel to the first. It's actually in the same. It's canon for the movie. It's a sequel to that movie, and she's grown up in there, and she has to deal with the new, dude in LA, and she left Detroit. She lives in LA now, but I don't know, man. I'm just really beyond disappointed. I am going to see the movie. I think now, personally, I think the best step forward would to be to rename the guy. Don't call him Eric Draven. Call him something else, dude. Give him a rapper name. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like Lil Crow or something.
Now look,
if you guys want the Crow, this is the Crow. I mean, for you guys that don't know what, check this out.
Cover you got there, bro.
Yeah, I did a review. I got this a few years back. I did a review on it. And so, I want to get the old school, like Caliber kitchen sink ones, but this is where it's at, guys. You know what I mean? This is the Crow.
And isn't there new art in there too?
Yeah, there is. There's a bunch of stuff in here.
That's the thing about James O'Barr.
Yeah.
It's the only thing he ever did. He's never done anything since.
Yeah.
But he makes a living off it, so fuck it.
Doesn't really have to. I mean, I think he signs off. I have to go double check, but there's a lot of the scenes in here too. The flashback scenes he does in pencil. It's very intimate. The story, he grows as an artist throughout. I mean,
right.
There's a lot of differences in the first movie compared to the actual actual book itself. Sorry for the glare. But yeah, man, like there's just panels in here, man. Like I always say that this book's very street compared to there's a scene from the first movie right there.
Yeah, it has a genuinely grimy feel to it. And the thing about the movie compared to the comic is that it's not the comic, but it recreates panels from the comic throughout the whole damn thing.
And like he could almost the new one, he could almost get away with like rocking this mullet if his hair was just a little longer and he didn't shave the sides, because I could kind of see, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, the tats.
Tats just turn him into scars. Like I would go back and CGI shit and change things around personally. I would be like, oh God, we gotta fix this movie. This shit is.
How about just fucking burn that shit, or just
a
bury
fucking nightmare.
Just like let that shit go straight to fucking video.
It's one of my favorite panels right here.
Oh yeah, well, of course, everybody's. That's also one of the things in Pro City of Angels that also recreated a lot of moments from that comic.
And his art just gets even better towards the end. Like this is like some of my favorite stuff. Is towards the end, it just.
Well, it took him years. It took him years to fucking finish that.
And it's every like I think indie comic book artist's like dream. Like look at that, That's one of my favorite pages too.
Beautiful, dude. Beautiful.
So if you guys want the Pro, go get the book, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get the book. It shit's like $15 on Amazon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great Christmas present, birthday present, and then do the deep dive. Get the fucking get the floppies. That's what I want. And they're gonna keep going up in price. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, dude, I remember like when that comic came out.
Yeah.
You couldn't find it.
Right.
You would see the ads for it, but then you wouldn't. It's just like I never ever saw a copy of it, because I remember looking at the promotional ad and going, "Well, that looks like my kind of shit right there."
Yeah, right.
And I thought it was going to be like a weird Western kind of a thing.
Yeah, totally,
right?
Man.
But yeah, could not find a copy of it, and of course, it just it just blew up, and then the rights were bought by David J. Shaw, a horror writer, and of course turned that into a movie. Yeah. And the rest. I was
talking with Bascom the other night. He was on Open the Gates, and we were thinking like, man, it would be cool if like they would just make it like a TV show and have a different Revenge of the Week. You know what I mean? Because that's the mythos. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I actually liked the comics whenever I had could get them. And it looked like a cool crow. I would buy it because it would always usually be like a mini series. I'd buy it.
Right.
So
right. And you could. There was a Hong Kong John Woo style crow.
Yeah.
There've been Western versions. Of course, that's the most obvious way to go.
The pregnant one.
You can just go anywhere in time and play with that.
There's a Juarez one, like a border one where you're taking on the coyotes. That one was really good. That was like the last one I got. That one was dope. And.
What's that? I didn't read that.
That's kind of how I would actually, unless you're gonna do like exactly like the book, that's cool. If not, don't even fuck with it. I want it like Robert Rodriguez, Sin City, like A Dame to Kill For, like adapted wise of the Crow. If you're not gonna do that, then just do different stories. I think that would be the way to go.
I agree, and make all of them, and make them a little different, right? But with that same thread running through it, so you know what you're gonna be getting.
Yeah, man. You could have different monsters. Spring Heel Jack.
Oh yeah.
This was a crazy one. I remember I was doing some deep dives on folklore like about 9 or 10 years ago. It was back. I created a bunch of characters. Hellwar was one of them. Back then I made him one of Thor's sons. He's something else now. But Spring Heel Jack was one of them. I wanted to do a little take on him, but here, this is what he is an entity in English folklore of the Victorian era, which is my jam. The first claimed sighting of Spring Heel Jack was in 1837. Later sightings were reported all over the United Kingdom and were especially prevalent in suburban London. the Midlands, and Scotland. Scotland! There are many theories about the nature and identity of Spring-Heeled Jack. The urban legend was very popular in its time, due to the takes of this bizarre appearance and ability to make extraordinary leaps, to the point that he became the topic of several works of fiction. Spring-Heeled Jack was described by people who claimed to have seen him as having a terrifying and frightful appearance, with diabolical physiognomy. I can't pronounce that word. Sorry.
Physiognomy.
Physiognomy. Okay. I've never seen that word before. Clawed hands and eyes that resembled red balls. One report claimed that beneath a black cloak, he wore a helmet. I like that. And a tight fitting white garment like an oil skin. Many stories also mention a devil-like aspect. I thought that was pretty creepy too. Others said that he was tall and thin, creepy, with the appearance of a gentleman. Several reports mentioned that he could breathe out blue and white flames. That was metal. I like that. And that he wore sharp metallic claws and at his fingertips. At least 2 people claim that he was able to speak comprehensive English. I could see that, you know. I could see him kind of speaking some Cockney, you know what I mean? Cockney or even Scottish, like really guttural would sound really cool.
I think that first account, the very first account, I think that's legit. And then I think like most of the rest of them are bullshit.
And then precedents here too. In early 19th century, there was reports of ghosts that stalked the streets of London. These human-like figures were described as pale. It was believed that they stalked and played on lone pedestrians. The stories told of these figures formed part of a distinct ghost tradition in London, which some writers have argued formed the foundation of the later legend of Spring-Heeled Jack. The most important of these early entities was the Hammersmith ghost, in which 1803 and 1804 was reported in Hammersmith on the western fringes of London. It would later reappear in 1824, another apparition. The Southampton ghost was also reported as assaulting individuals at night. This is creepy. This particular spirit bore many of the characterizations of Spring-Heeled Jack and was reported as jumping over houses and being over 10 feet tall. So he's a little different. I mean, you could almost make like a book with all these characters in them, you know what I mean? Like a team or a bunch of villains. It'd be really fun.
Well, Spring-Heeled Jack is in the
Cryptidnals.
Yeah. Right? Except it's not him, it's like his daughter.
His daughter.
So Spring-Heeled Jack becomes like a mantle.
Yeah, and he passes it on to her.
Yeah. I think the first reported incident was a woman. It's a really spooky story that somehow was lured out of her house by this figure, and then he just went after her like a fucking maniac.
That one looks like Blackula a little bit.
Scratched her up. Yeah, it actually kind of does. Prince Mawaldi.
Yeah.
That looks like a straight up. That looks like a straight up superhero, right? Like Batman.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I'm saying. I would read a comic of that. I like how his ribs are exposed, and I don't know. He just has a cool, you know, those little. Like for me, I would make those gas pipes. You know, like it's like he's
Oh, that's cool idea.
for the fire to breathe out of his mouth. You know, where he takes a fat rip. He's like, I don't know, something like that. Like that.
Because that's in a lot of those stories about him. Like he's especially attacked women, and you know, I don't know if he was trying to essay them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I mean, just savage attacks, and then the guy could just fucking take off like greased lightning.
See, this one's scary too, you know.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I see. He's like a spring. The bottom part of his body is shaped like a spring. Oh, that's clever.
Spring heel. That's how I designed him on one of the things that I made. I gave him spring boots, kind of.
Right,
for fun.
because there seems to be two schools of thought when it comes to Spring-Heeled Jack. One is that he's like a ghost or a demon or something like that, right? Something supernatural. Mm-hmm. And then there's the other version where it's a guy in a costume.
Yeah. And it's, you know, you got AI now that could like come up with all these different versions of him, you know. But he's ultimately a villain, you know. It's like
yeah, he is. He's a monster.
He's a monster, you know. So that's how I would like to basically see it, having to deal with that bad guy, you know. He'd be a fun one.
But I don't think he had a body count. That's the thing that's interesting.
Yeah, he just scared people.
Terrorizing people, yeah.
So that's, I mean, I guess at that point, then you could make him a vigilante, because he's doing what Bruce Wayne was doing, I guess.
Well, like that one shot from that Penny Dreadful that you showed, right? That looks like the cover of the first issue of Batman.
Oh, totally, dude.
Or Detective Comics.
What up, Corey? How you doing, brother?
What up, Corey? Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know if Chris is here, but it's that time of the week.
Oh,
shit. You guys know what time it is.
Oh, shit.
Black Metal Decode.
Now, this one's kind of out of left field. This band's not from Norway. I'll give you a little hint.
I'm excited because I can you blow it up?
Oh yeah, I should be able to. And you know, black metal has become international. You know, they have it. Yeah. It's everywhere. You know.
Yup. Like rap.
Exactly. So it's one of those words that are kind of foreign to pronounce. But yeah. I stumped the trunk on this one.
Yeah, man. Well, because I've been disappointed because I've gotten everyone like so easily, and this is the first time where I'm like, huh? Maybe if I look at it sideways.
Like, what the hell is this? What the hell?
Mellochrist?
Almost got it.
Yeah, I'm just going to here's the thing. If I guess and I get it right, it's cheating. I'm baffled by this.
You basically have it. All right. I'm going to count down from 3.
Right. Is anybody in the peanut gallery? Anybody in the chat got it? You're going to have to explain to me, like, you're going to have to show me the letters.
For sure. All right. The name is Mellochrist. And they're an Israeli black metal band, but they kind of changed their style or their sound, or not their sound, but their, I guess, the meaning behind their music. So you guys can go check them out. But yeah, that's that one. I knew
okay, yeah, I've never heard
I knew I'd get you guys with that one.
Finally.
Yeah, I got it, man. You got to do it. So, yeah. Again, I'll always say, everyone in the chat, you guys got links to your campaigns, your channels. Please drop them here. That's part of the reason of the show is to promote indie comics, indie creators, indie YouTubers. You know, CG, Iron Age, all that stuff. So you guys get in there and yeah, do it. Lone Wolf Lone Wolf comicking, you know what I mean? Blue collar comicers. Let's see here. Oh, he got it. Look. I can make one more out of this one than the others. Making one up. Just like formulate one. I got one for you. You know what I mean?
And just make it deliberately just gibberish.
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
Right? Like don't even like don't even make them letters.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with people.
Yeah, like, oh dude, what is that? An M? Yeah, just get them. Yep. This right here is I wasn't gonna show this. This is a cover I did for the new Magnificent Bastards is coming out.
That's amazing.
It was a jam cover. It was me and James, the publisher and writer, and creator of Magnificent Bastards. I don't know if you guys have read that, but the second book's coming out. It's one of the probably the most underrated comic book I've read, or indie one. Indie Iron Age fucking CG. Yeah, and the story is packed with a lot of crazy twists and turns and off the wall like stuff, you know, like you wouldn't believe. Very well written. And in the story, this is going to be the sequel, the cover for that, and we were trying to have some of the actual bastards, not the main character from the first book, which is Monty. And I got to design different alternate realities of Monty, so I put them in the back. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, man, this is it right here. I don't know how they're going to do it. There's a couple different ways how they're going to put it up, but it's definitely going to have a bunch of TVs, and you're looking into a different world. That's how I wanted to do it.
It's got like a great kind of underground comics feel to it.
Sweet.
Really does.
And you guys could sign up to. Let's see here. There's going to be T-shirts, and the Indiegogo page is right here. Let's see here. Let me just get that real quick. I'll put a link in the chat so you guys can sign up for that.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here.
That looks great, man. We need more stuff like this.
Yeah, he was really pushing me and it was really fun, man. And we got to jam on that. Some writers do that, I know you're a big fan of that, yeah. So yeah, it was a fun thing to do. I got the link in the chat right there if you guys want to sign up for that book. Skunk Arts, he did a really cool t-shirt of Croc Hunter, like bear hugging, putting a Godzilla in a headlock. It looks awesome. It's going to be a shirt for the campaign. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Signing up for that shit right now.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Yeah, because this looks like my sort of thing.
Oh yeah. You definitely like it, man. Yeah, and it's the type of book where you have to go back and you got to like reread it a couple times. It's like, what the? It's about this guy Montgomery, and crazy shit happens to him, man. And yeah, it's one of those books, like kind of like something that would be out of like Doom Patrol or something out of the old Vertigo line. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cool. It's cool stuff. There's another book too. I wanted to check out. Our boy Russ Leach from Only Death Could Save Us. He's
Nice.
got a new book out. We were talking about Conan, and I don't know if you've heard about this book, Brian. It just launched on Fund My Comic. It's I think it's the first Robert E. Howard Cole story, and it's called The Shadow Kingdom.
On Sim does the drawstring, right? And
yeah.
The character yesterday was Cull.
Hell yeah, dude! I think I've seen that one on. He did a really good job on that, dude. It looks dope. I figured I would.
Cull is the shit, man.
He is,
honestly,
dude.
Everybody, look, it goes like this for me. Solomon Kane, Cull, Conan, Black Turlock, and then down the line.
Why do you put Cole above Conan?
Conan is the man that every man secretly wishes he was, so he doesn't doubt himself, right?
Yeah.
Cull is constantly doubting himself, right?
Okay.
But he's a badass motherfucker, and he's a barbarian, but he's just more thoughtful. He's more
calculated a little bit.
Conan is always looking out, whereas Cull is often looking in. But then also, you've got the fucking snake people, man. And the snake people are like maybe like the best villains in all the Robert E. Howard stories. This ancient race that have become shapeshifters, right? Literally like serpent people, just like jacking fools, killing people, and replacing them. And everybody thinks, all the royals and all the nobility, they're all look down on Cull because they're like, it's a disgrace that we have like this barbarian as our king now. They don't know it, but he's saving all of their asses. But it all happens out of sight.
That's awesome. And from my understanding, like I've read a couple things, he's like Conan's. They might share the same bloodline. Like there's that theory because Conan's part Atlantean.
Yeah.
So he might be his great grandson. Which I think is pretty dope personally.
They do meet. There is a crossover story that Robert E. Howard wrote, there's a great comic adaptation of that.
I'd like to do a Cole and Conan story, like a crossover. That'd be pretty fun.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. And also, just a little bit of trivia that I know you would appreciate. In Conan the Barbarian, the John Milius film from '82, when he rolls into that tomb and he finds that mummy with the Atlantean sword.
Yeah.
That's Cull.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I could have swore like someone did say that though, but yeah, I didn't. Nah, it's not registering my brain. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it wasn't Atlantean, right?
Yeah, and because and the sword's called the It's an Atlantean tomb. The sword's the Atlantean sword, and the thing about it, Atlantean steel, nothing is better.
Right?
Nothing better. It'll cut through fucking rock. Yeah.
Let's watch this trailer,
That's
brother.
why the Atlantean sword in the movie shatters his father's sword.
And then it breaks the chains.
Yep. Yeah, nothing better than Atlantean steel. It's like like there are all these, like in Lord of the Rings, there's mithril and
oh yeah, adamantium.
Adamantium. As long as it's not unobtainium. Yeah, this looks great. See the pose that he's in there, right? In the Marvel comics, they were like, well, he's too much like Conan, so we should give him like a scar so people can tell them apart. But you can tell them apart immediately from just looking at their faces. They're different. Like, they're just different characters, very different characters.
Yeah, to me, Cole always looked like a little leaner in the face, like a little more chiseled, a little leaner too, altogether.
Yes.
Yes. Like Conan was a little more slab of meat,
Yeah. Yeah. But don't get it twisted. Cole is a fucking badass.
Yeah, I always imagine Cole like a little taller too. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. And just, kind of like hawk-like features, just like I said, thoughtful, right? Very much looking inside, doubting himself. Yeah, they're the snake people. There's Brule, the spear hunter, who's
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Brule is Cull's major domo, his main home skillet. Yeah, like wherever Cull goes, he goes.
Yeah, come check it out, everybody. Let me put a link in the chat.
So
just launched
cool.
I think yesterday. So
it
kind of crept up too,
Yeah, no, it sure did. It's only at fucking 880. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
We gotta change this. We gotta change this, man. That ain't right.
Yeah, it's one of those books that should be like getting up there. What up, Pops? How you doing, man?
What up, Pops?
All right, here we go. All right, go back to Shadow Kingdom. Links in the chat, or to go get it. And I know I'm gonna be back in this book as soon as possible. You know me, I'm a barbarian, Mark. Barbarian and Stan. Yeah, so go and check that one out, guys. I actually have a review up for Only Death Could Save Us. I got the second book too. I got to check it out and do a flip through. I'm not really reviewing books, just kind of flipping through them and talking about the ones I like nowadays. So unless it's like a mainstream book, I might review that. I'm going to be doing some Conan reviews of the new Conan. I'm looking forward to those too.
See, this is the shit you want right here.
Oh yeah, what's that? The graphic novel?
No, this is like the Essentials version that combines Cull stories from the actual Cull color comic, but also the Cull stories that appeared in Savage Sword of Conan. And it is just absolutely chock full of amazing, beautiful black and white art. We're talking Mike Plug. We're talking Severin. Nice. We're talking John Severin is all up in this. Yeah.
Hail Edwin.
Yeah, great shit. What up, Edwin? Yeah, look at this shit.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and of course, the stories that were intended to be in black and white look
better,
way better than the ones from the comics. And
yeah, man.
Also, if you want the color versions of the main Marvel comic, but like I said, this is the real shit right here. This is the one you want.
Damn, I do want that.
I'm sure you could find it on Amazon or something like that cheap.
Speaking of barbarians, I do a little shilling right now. Working on Hell War. Doing a page. Started working on that right now. After doing the Broken Compass cover. Yeah, this is a little full page of Hell War. I wanted to basically show his band kind of getting ready for a show. So you're going to see Hell Wars, the lead guitar player, and also you're going to see Toxic Mask. We're talking about toxic masculinity, so that's one of he's the drummer. So think like He-Man mixed with Rambo. That's kind of that's some of the inspiration. So that might be my next book. It might not be. I don't know. It's definitely in the pipeline. That one's just pure fun. It's even more comedic, I would think. Like 80s action cheese, Yeah, man. And then we have the mysterious bass player right here putting on his corpse paint. I'm really not going to reveal who he is. We'll just leave him a mystery for now. And we also have the other guitar player from the bars from Butch Cleaver right here. Sorry, the bass player. And that's Barbarian. And the singer, too, he's also another mystery. I'm not going to reveal who he is either. But he's someone pretty popular in Scandinavian mythology. Yeah, they're plugging in.
Single bass pedal? Is that a single bass pedal there?
That's a double.
It better be, because I'm saying like,
because like
it's all about that fucking double bass.
A lot of those pedals, like the Iron Cobras, they have the double pedal. They have two bass drums, but they actually only use one drum. And it's just kind of for symmetry and to make it look balanced on stage as part of the presentation. But they only use that. So that's the one I picked because I kind of wanted it to look like if you're playing like in bands, you'd probably know what it was, So and it was hard trying to pick like who's gonna play what, because I have these characters and they all have different stories and they come together just in one little scene in this book, and it's in the beginning and they're playing a show in Hollyweird and at the Raspy yeah, man. So I can't, hopefully one day I get to tell their stories too, but yeah, here's a page. Just wanted to show it off. It's metal and it goes with the show and yeah.
It's not one of those places like Gazzari's where it was like pay to play, where the bands would actually not only not get paid, they would actually have to pay in order to play.
It's supposed to be the rock.
You've seen the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, right?
Mm-mm. There's some places like that. Well, I mean, you have to sell tickets.
For a real sweet treat, bro. That's all about, because the first Decline of Western Civilization is all about the punk scene, right? Second is all about the fucking metal scene, and specifically the hair metal scene. And it's
I know when I was in a band, like, so that place in Hell War, it's the Roxy, but I wanted to kind of tweak things a little bit. You know what I mean? So like the Rainbow, you know what I mean? And that famous bar, it's the Bifrost,
Yes.
And the Roxy is the Raspy. So it's owned by somebody from history that's kind of figured out probably. But he's a bartender and he runs the place. Let's say he's a mythical person from history. And I wanted to put him in my universe because I can. And Raspy, but anyway, I played at the Raspy with my band. Or the whiskey, sorry. So it's based on the whiskey. And we had to sell tickets to play there. We had to sell a gang of tickets,
That's badass.
And we had to hustle tickets just to play there, But we were I think we were the first or second opening act for a Guns N' Roses cover band, and but it was fun. That's great. It was fun to play there, and we almost got signed too. So, but it never happened.
Playing the whiskey is pretty much like the equivalent. It's like the West Coast equivalent of playing like
CBGB.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, which is unfortunately no longer with us because here we don't believe in like preserving our historical buildings at all.
I wish it was taped, man, because it was like 15 something, maybe 20 years ago. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but man, I wish I had at least taped. It would have been cool. There's one song of me playing live on YouTube somewhere that's 16 years old.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not going to show it, but I'm wearing a Heath Ledger Joker shirt, and it's in Long Beach, and it's pretty funny. And I bought the shirt. I bought the shirt before the movie even came out because I just thought he looked cool. I'm like, that's a cool looking Joker. I'm gonna buy that shirt. And he's standing behind like a glass. I don't know. He's standing behind glass, and he's just like putting like a smile where his smile with like blood, it says why so serious. I'm like, oh, I like that. That's cool. So But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Hell yeah, dude.
There was a movie. I mean, we were talking about earlier in the show that I wanted you guys to check out this trailer to. Brian was citing it, you know, and I think this movie is a you know, worth checking out. So here it is.
People once believed that when someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. But sometimes the crow can bring that soul back to put the wrong things right. I thought that Eric was the last. I never imagined there would be another.
It's another time. It's another world. And another has been chosen. The Crow, City of Angels.
Grossly underrated. Grossly
cool.
underrated.
We're talking about Iggy Pop was like a big inspiration for Anatomy and posing for Eric Draven in the book, and you got Iggy to be in there, you know. And I've talked about on streams too that like I think that it captured like a good night version of Los Angeles during that era. And there's a lot of actors in there, like the Yellow Power Rangers in there. She's one of the villains. Thomas Jane, before the Punisher, he's in there. You know, he gets taken out. He's in the, you know, little beaten off, and people, you know, gets him. There's a lot of tuning in that movie that could have been a lot better. There's a lot of cool concepts, you know. I think the villain was kind of weak. His acting was poor. The CGI at the end of the movie was pretty poor.
He actually is, that character is a Conan villain.
Oh, really? I can see that. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I like how he's up in a tower, like kind of.
Yeah, and the way he's dressed and everything. I actually like the villain in this. I mean, he's no top dollar, you know, and that's the thing. Yeah. You're never gonna have a better rogues gallery than you did in the first film.
There was just something cheesy about him for me. Like I know, like he just kind of took me out of the movie. I think it was the voice. I don't know what it was. You know, he was creepy, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's worse villains. I don't know. It was just top dollar. Really, I mean, we're coming at it. Yeah, I mean, he's cool, but I don't know. Maybe it was just this.
Either shit works for you or it doesn't, right? And we're all different. And the thing is most people when that came out, people were pissed. Everybody hated that.
Yeah, everybody hated it. I liked it.
To be a two-parter.
Oh, right? Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, both Mia Kirshner and Vincent Perez had signed for 2 films, and that's why the different releases of the movie all have different endings. Like I said, the theatrical version, the home video version, the pay-per-view version, and the DVD version are all different.
Well, I like too.
This was a movie that got fucked over in the editing process. Right?
I can see that, dude.
Probably by Harvey Weinstein, who's notorious for this.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim Koepp narrated the movie.
I remember the soundtrack was one of my first like albums I had, you know, and that's kind of how I got into Korn. That was when Korn's first album came out, you know. They had Korn on there, Toadies, 7 Mary 3. And there was a ton of bands on there. I think Filter was on there. Hole, I mean, they're covering, you know, she's pretty whack. But I mean, it is probably their best song. That bass line's pretty catchy.
Deftones
is in there. I like the soundtrack a lot. I remember listening to it all the time. I think I was in like 5th or 6th grade. But I was waiting for him to turn into the crow because on one of the trailers you'd see the bird flapping as a shadow, and then it would morph into him, you know. And
you want to hear something real sick?
What's that?
There was a DVD. A CD-ROM that was released around the time this came out. That was like the Crow, right? And related, and had all this like material on there, and some of the material that was on there were scenes from the movie that did not end up in the movie.
Wow.
And really good ones too. Like ones that were pretty good, better. I'm hoping one of these days for a director's cut.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think enough people care.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm sure there's because I mean I've asked around, and like they're like it seems like most people I know, they're like, yeah, the movie's all right. like they don't hate it. You know what I mean? That are like kind of like within our age. I liked it a lot. I remember seeing like that wasn't as good as the first movie, but that was pretty cool. I think the ending. I remember not liking the ending. I thought the ending was a little anticlimactic because the first movie was like awesome, dude. Like I don't know, like I'm real basic though. Like for me, like you're always most of the time. Like for me, if I ever do a story or I'll just spoil it most of the time. The dude's probably going to go into a tower and he's going to fight a guy up there and they're going to have a badass fight sequence. Or it's going to end somewhere, and I kind of want that in every movie a lot of the times, you know.
Right.
And I got to kind of
what I was hoping for was for him to kill Ash, but then Ash to come back again with a new crow, and then just have the two of them just fucking beating each other like the fucking Hulk versus Superman.
Yeah, like that's what I wanted. Even in the
shit.
street would have been cool, you know. Like I want cheesy. I want little cheesy Kirby stuff like that in my comic book movies. You know what I mean? Like at the end, you know. I like, and I don't, you know, the fight he had with the Yellow Ranger was pretty cool, you know, and then
he got hurt during that. Evidently, he was supposed to have more fight scenes, but he got Vincent Perez evidently got hurt shooting that scene. It was supposed to be like a longer and more elaborate fight scene.
Wow.
But I think he got hurt like because there's a little bit of wire work in there, and I think
somehow he slipped on a table or something because he jumps up on the table. He's like.
He got fucked. All I know is he got hurt, which happens. That's what they have stuntmen for. But as you can see, like in that shot, it's really cool because it's him. You can tell it's the same actor. Yeah, dude. And I think there's probably there's one or two fight sequences in there. Either way, it's a cool revenge movie. It is a sequel to Brandon. It is a sequel to Alex Proyas's film, so it is in the same canon. So it's cool. Check it out. Yeah. Underrated. Certainly not perfect. But one of these days, maybe we will get a director's cut of that.
We should maybe I don't know.
It'll be like Nightbreed.
Oh yeah, Nightbreed.
That much of a change, that would be great.
I would cover that on the Horror Movie Club someday. I know it's not really horror, but it'd be fun.
Oh no, the Crow movies are horror.
They are right.
Horror for sure.
Because he's kind of like scaring.
Dudes are climbing out of their fucking graves.
Yeah, exactly. So, right?
Dudes are climbing out of their graves for revenge, like out of an EC comic. Yeah,
oh, totally.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of shill one more time right here, just because I can. This campaign's still not live, but we're going to launch in 2 weeks right here on this show. It's Butch Cleaver 2, and if you guys want to catch up, going to have all the stuff here. If you guys don't know, it's about this butcher that's killed and he's brought back to life by a voodoo curse, and that curse gives him the power to weaponize bone on a molecular level. And you're going to see the first book and the second book, and right here, there's a scene where Butch Cleaver he's grown up in a slaughterhouse. He's raised in one, and right here he's being raised by his uncle, and his uncle's telling him he's here trying to slaughter a pig. He's like, no, not like that, not like that. You're doing it all wrong. Your father never taught you to cut swine. Start small on small creatures. You make a cut at the joint, boy. Trim the fat on the corners and sides. Right here. Yes, that's right. Slice it against the grain, lad. It's already dead. Don't have too much fun. Don't butcher it, Butch. So that's just a little scene right here.
Yeah,
I wanted to show you guys.
He was educated in the ways of violence and dismantling bodies.
Yeah, I got the accent all wrong there for a second. Sounded kind of like Eastern European or something, but he's definitely British or English. So hard to. I kind of get into these characters when I'm writing the dialogue and whatnot. But man.
Yeah, do you ever talk to yourself? Does that weird the other people in your family out? Probably, yeah. Because I wanted to get the dialogue right. Yeah, totally, dude. Like whenever I read shitty dialogue or shitty writing, I'm just like, this person didn't read this out loud.
Yeah, like right here, like this guy is, he's Caribbean, the voodoo doll. Everyone got a skeleton in the closet. My fat white pet rat, your luck about just ran out. Then you have the narration. The voodoo doll begins to hex his former business partner and the best butcher this side of the Mississippi. Just little stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it in my head.
That's a really fun character.
I'd like to do like a little side story of him. This guy's another character I'd really like to do a deep dive on. This is El Dia, the day. his family was murdered on the Day of the Dead, and he has a mask that he took from a pyramid, and it's colored by the rainbow of death. So it's a soul-sucking mask. But yeah, you guys can get the first and second book on here. You can see my journey as a creator, and maybe have some fun doing it. There's going to be a bunch of trading cards and stuff like that too. It's like the meat wagon right here for $10. You can get 6 trading cards, 3 sticker, also a button and a wanted poster. So yeah. And also too, one more thing on the show front. I'm doing these sketch cards right here, and they're going to be going out to the first 10 backers. So knocking these out, just kind of like quick ones. Like right here, I got this like, well, I don't know if you could see that one actually.
No, you got to turn it a little.
It's like pencil though, so that probably won't work.
Almost. Ah, there you go.
So that's Whitey Ratatouille. It's hard to get it. I'm just doing like a bunch of characters.
Oh, a nice butch right there with the mask. Definitely like him better with the mask.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. And then got another one right there. It's just hard to kind of get the light. Mothman.
Yeah, that's a good
one.
Oh, man.
I got the opossum.
Dude.
Got another butch, and then another butch too right there. So it's hard to get them all. I'm still adding like little lighting and shadows and shading and all that good stuff, you know.
Dude, I'm telling you, as much as I enjoy getting shit like stickers and bottle openers and shit like that, there's nothing better than getting an original piece of art from the artist that made the book. That's the shit right there.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. You know, I like that a lot.
Cool.
So yeah, 2 weeks we're gonna do that. I'm gonna get some prizes too for people that are watching the show, and for people that the first 10 backers, you're gonna get one of those cards. And yeah, man, there was another band I wanted you guys to check out. This band's called Nemic. They're like a cross between, I'd say, Fear Factory, Meshuggah, Alice in Chains. They're from Denmark. This song is about 15 years old. I think the band was very ahead of its time, and they were actually doing a one show with this original lineup because the singer left, and then they got this guy from this band called Scarve from France, French singer, but they're from Denmark. And yeah, the song's called Liquid. They're fucking heavy, and I guess they really inspired a lot of people. Really liked them. So I don't know, Brian. I don't know if have you ever heard Nemic before?
No, I haven't. And also, I'm sorry, I got to peace out, but I am going to watch this video.
For sure, man. Right. Before I do that, let's see here.
Peace out, brother. Peace out, everybody.
Peace, dude. I'll see you later, bro. All right, let's share this out real quick.
Looking into a mirror, but I don't really think I need to reflect. I am unrealistically happy, although I know it's just a state of neglect. I am not satisfied. am sitting in the corner of that struggle that breaks me. I am not satisfied. The birds are standing still. I'm paralyzed and gone. One flame on fire. One thing when I'm breathing. Right as the day.
All right, get that shit out of there. Yeah, that's Nemec. I've seen them before at the House of Blues, like I don't know, 15 years ago. What got me into the band was seeing them live. They're fucking heavy. Just that dude was singing too. Put on a great performance. They did 2 albums with him. They did the first album, The Mechanical Spin Phenomenon. Hard recommend. And also the second album with him is The Audio Injected Soul. And that one, listen to it with your headphones. They were doing some crazy stuff way back then, like with the Gent. They're one of the first like good sounding Gent bands. The third album's really good too. It's Passenger. That's why again when they brought on the singer from Scarf, that one's really good too. And I didn't pick up. They did the 4th album. I never picked that one up though. I don't know why. I just never got around to it. But those first 2 were just where it's at. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I had a great show tonight. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
I awaken from a cold cocoon inside a skeletal void. I see the crimson archways rain.